Hi guys, welcome in. My name is Sarah. I'm an attachment style specialist, mindset mastery coach, and transformational hypnotherapist. In today's video, we're dropping into the subject of why it's not actually about love, it's about attachment and it's about being chosen. So stay tuned, just like hear me out because I know some of you are already triggered by the title and by me even saying that. If you're triggered, that means you're open. And that means there's a possibility to shift and evolve and create a different mindset about what just happened to you. I know you're heartbroken. I know this hurts. And I know you're trying to understand how this person could just eject themselves from your life and move on at the speed of light. And then you're sitting there confused, grappling with what happened, trying to understand, where did they go? Where did the person I fell in love with go? And why do I feel such pain inside of me? What is, like, it's just bubbling up to the surface. A lot of you are ruminating. You're having sleepless nights. You're confused. Maybe you're a mom or a dad and your parenting is being affected. And probably your whole life is being affected right now. You might even feel hopeless. I have been there, guys. I understand. I'm divorcing a dismissive avoidant. I am a healing fearful avoidant. So I'm here to tell you everything that I know about attachment styles, about moving forward, and about creating a healthy relationship and container within yourself. Okay, so why do I think that it's not actually about love? It's about attachment rather, and it's also about that need to feel chosen. Because I'm going to be really bold here. I tend to be bold. My clients know that because I'm solution oriented. And I am not one of those coaches that wants to help you get your ex back. I am not one of those coaches who's going to take your money and say, I'm going to help you and promise that I'll get your ex back. I don't think you necessarily want your ex back. I think what you're looking for can be found within yourself. You see, everything is a mirror. So every relationship, every person that you've attracted up to this point has been a mirror and will continue to be a mirror for you, for your growth, for your evolution, and ultimately for your self-mastery. But we abandon ourselves over and over again inside of these relationships with people who are maybe pointing us back to a wound of abandonment, or they point us back to a wound of rejection, or a wound of defectiveness, or a wound of not enoughness, or too muchness, or any number of wounds that might show up for you, depending on what your attachment style is, depending on what happened in your childhood. But this person that broke your heart, I don't know that people can break our hearts. They can, as Kyle Cease once said, they can break your expectation. They can absolutely break your expectation. But breaking your heart, I don't really think that that's necessarily what's happening. What they've done is they've broken you open to this whole other possibility, this whole other truth. And this wound inside of you that's been sitting there, that was there before you even met them, before this relationship ever came into fruition, before you guys ever fell in love, before they ever stepped into your life, you had these wounds. They were dormant. We do a really good job of suppressing and repressing the stuff that hurts. It's not until we have like the granddaddy or the grandmother of all relationships and all painful endings and all broken hearts that we have a choice in front of us. It's laid out in front of us, and we can either choose to go down the path of examining what's actually happening and why we're feeling so incredibly upset, or we can go down the other path, and the other path is going to be a completely different experience. Okay, so the other path is basically self-abandonment again, refusing to look at self and then seeking some sort of solace in something outside of ourselves, whether that be pornography or another relationship. Usually it's another relationship, or buying another car or making more money or pouring ourselves into something external that is just temporary happiness. Like true joy comes from inside of us. It's an internal source. Happiness can come from outside of us, but it's always fleeting and it never sticks. There's a reason for that, because we're seeking that joy or that wholeness from outside of ourselves. If you can start seeking from within yourself and getting really honest with yourself about why this hurts so much, you're going to have so much incredible monumental growth that you probably won't even recognize the version of yourself that existed at this exact time. You're going to be able to look back. The clients that I work with, within 4 sessions, you're able to look back and see that the person that you were, the heartbroken person, not sleeping, just absolutely just that aching heart, that gnawing loneliness, that hopelessness, the needing or wanting to know what the ex is doing or why they moved on or why this, all of these things, they can all be traced back to a lack of self-worth and a lack of self-love. So the more that we can understand ourselves, the easier this process is going to be. I promise you. that this process of seeking self and understanding self and falling in love with yourself is the best journey that you will ever take. And then when you attract somebody, it's going to be from that secure place, and it's not going to be from a place of neediness. Like, I need you to fulfill something within me. If you're feeling that heartbreak and it's excruciatingly painful, it's because there's something inside of you. There is a wound, there's a lack, there's like a hole inside of you that you thought that other person could fill, that maybe they could fill temporarily, but at the end of the day, it's you and you, right? We're born into this world alone and we leave this world alone. And I know that sounds kind of morbid, but I'm a Scorpio, so like bear with me on that. We like to be a little morbid and dark sometimes. And I know all my Scorpios are going to come out of the dark and be like, I'm a Scorpio too. I feel you. But the truth is we have all the power. You have all the power in this moment. This is a true opportunity. If you're heartbroken, it's such an incredible opportunity for you. If your life has been just decimated to pieces, or you're going through a divorce, and this person has said, they've shut the door on this love, on this relationship, on this marriage, and said, I don't want to do this anymore. This is a true opportunity for you to go, why did I put all my self-worth in this one basket? Why did I put my self-worth? Why did I think that this person and being with this person was the only true path to happiness or the only true path to wholeness? Because truthfully, inside of yourself, the only true path to wholeness and happiness is inside of you. So, okay, so I've been interrupted a few times on this video. It's okay. Mercury is now direct, so I don't know why this is happening. Can't blame it on the stars, although I'd love to do that. The truth is that we seek to be chosen. And when we feel like we're not chosen by somebody that we loved or someone that we're really attached to, and the truth is that a lot of the times where we thought that it was love, it was attachment. That person, our nervous system, in our wounds, we're attracted to their nervous system and their wounds. And we were a perfect match at that perfect point in time. But the truth is that as you evolve and as you grow and as you heal, you won't be attracted to the same people and the same wounds that you were attracted to in the past. So in other words, if you went back 10 years to that relationship that you had, if you can think back to 10 years ago, you would not be attracted to that person now, unless you haven't done any growth. But if you're here on my channel watching this, or you're wanting to work with me, you've done some growth, you've done some healing, you have some self-awareness. You've created you've educated yourself on what it is that is truth for you. So we seek to be chosen by somebody. So I want you to ask yourself right now, is it really love? Was I really in love with this person? Was it infatuation? Was it lust? Did I just need and want to be chosen? Have you not chosen yourself? Or rather, let me ask you the question, have you chosen yourself? Have you given your power away and letting and expecting other people to choose you instead? Because that's what most of us have done. And the truth is it's not your fault. We weren't given a roadmap for relationships. In school, we're taught economics and history and all in language, which obviously is important. But we're not taught about real life. We're not taught about relationships. We're not taught about attachment styles. We're not taught about nervous systems. We're not taught about how to heal ourselves. We're not taught about triggers. We're not taught about any of the things that could lead to a healthy and fulfilling relationship with self and with others. And when we feel we have this deep core wound, a need to be chosen by somebody else, and when they don't choose us, we fall apart. Guys, that's pointing you back to yourself. That's a mirror saying, look at yourself. This doesn't hurt because of this person. I guarantee you, the core wound is not with that person. That wound was already there. That damage had already been done in childhood. There was emotional neglect. There may have been overt abuse in your childhood. I don't know. Maybe you've even suppressed that. And the truth is that this is why talk therapy alone doesn't work. And I've worked with therapists over the years in my coaching practice, and they will tell me the same thing. You can't just do talk therapy alone, because you're retelling the story, and instead of rewiring your nervous system for something new and something different, for a different story and a different outcome, you're continuously just looping. Your nervous system, your immune system, everything is just looping, keeping you stuck in fight or flight. And women, I'm going to speak to you for a minute. You know how we like to tell everyone our story and get everyone's opinion? Every time we do that, and I'm so guilty of that myself, and it's a work in progress, we are re-traumatizing ourselves. This is why talk therapy alone doesn't work. There's so many different modalities out there. Somatic therapy, right? There's internal family systems, parts therapy, there's inner child work, there's attachment work, there's EMDR, there's so many more. Because yes, having your story be validated a few times is a good thing. Having someone hold space for the pain that you went through. But after that, then you're just reintroducing the trauma, and your poor nervous system cannot heal. We want to tell ourselves a different story. We want to create a different outcome. We want to rewire and reprogram the subconscious mind so that you know that you deserve better, but also that you know that you're whole within already without a partner. You want to get to the point where you know that you're okay with or without a partner. You could say, you know what, Sarah, I want a partner. Yeah, absolutely, I want a partner. Actually, I don't right now, but I know what that feels like, and I know I'll get there again eventually. And then you could say, I need that partner. I need that person. That neediness energy is going to attract in the wrong person. It'll attract in someone who takes advantage of us, somebody who belittles us, somebody who, just somebody who is unhealed. Be honest with yourself. The partners you attracted, it's not your fault, but it is your responsibility. We attracted the people we attracted because of where we were at the time. But we didn't know what we didn't know. But now that we know, we can choose and do things differently. I'm hoping this video brought you some peace. And if it did, please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take great care.